The bear went over the mountain, the bear went over the mountain, the bear went over the mountain to see what she could see. Now, some speculation into folklore says bears went over mountains in the springtime to see what was happening with the spring. Much like groundhogs would come out and check the shadows, bears would summit mountains. Makes sense? Now, if this bear were lucky enough to live in the presidential range in New Hampshire, and if this bear were smart, would have gone up to the summit of Mount Washington, where there's the Mount Washington Observatory. Timed it just right, there could have been an observer out there taking readings, cleaning off ice off of some of the weather instruments they have up there, and she could have grabbed this observer's attention because, you know, it's a bear on the summit of Mount Washington, and said, so it's June and I'm looking for spring and there's still ice and snow. So what's going on? And after a second, the observer might say, well, when you're at the summit here, you're at 6,288 feet. It's kind of high up. We tend to have lower temperatures. The weather stays colder longer. It gets a little crazy also because the summit is at the convergence of multiple weather patterns that tend to come up the East Coast and really affect not only the valley but the summit. Are you a talking bear? To which the bear would say, grr, and then quickly make its way down the other side of the mountain, because that's what the song says the bear does. Now, talking bears aside, the Mount Washington Observatory is a pretty important place, and a place that I've come to appreciate, and I could say love. I do. I love it. Some of the things that they offer up there that are accessible to just about anyone are the distance learning programs that they offer through schools. In the summertime particularly, just about anyone can make it up to the summit because there is the Cog Railway and there is the Auto Road. Those who can will hike to the summit and get to see everything that's up there, not only the view of the presidentials, but at least the rotunda in the observatory, and there's a great museum up there. The museum is getting an update. They're going to do a whole winter experience, because a winter summit hike is not something that everyone takes on. It's a fantastic experience, though. I've done it once. It was a lot of fun. The observatory is the first scientific and weather recording station of its kind in the nation, I'm pretty sure. They do interesting things with other companies. When I was up there this past February, I got to stay overnight, and there was a couple there who worked for a wind company, and they were testing the turbine blades to see how ice formed on the blades, and you know, the best way to keep that from happening if you want wind power in snowy climates or at higher elevations. They share space with the National Park Service. Yay! And all of this is funded as a nonprofit. Member donations come in, fundraisers, which is why I'm making this video, because on July 20th, myself and my friends Dave and Marilee are going to seek the peak for the Mount Washington Observatory fundraiser. It happens every year. There's going to be about 500 plus other hikers up there, supposedly. We'll see. It'll be a busy, busy mountain on that day. But it's a special place to all of us, you know, not just as people who have grown up in New Hampshire, but as people who appreciate the outdoors and appreciate the earth science and the weather science that comes out of the observatory. Fundraising for science can be a tough sell because there's a world full of worthy fundraising causes that help people with cancer and help people who have suffered some kind of loss or have some other disease, and I'm tripping over my words. So bear with me because I'm not making this video again. This is about the 5th time I've made it, but science is a hard sell. What I ask is that you think about all the times you get your weather report in, and are you going to need an umbrella? Is it a nice day? Do you need a light jacket? Or are you going to need your sunscreen when you head out the door? Think about the distance learning programs across the nation, across the world, and the people that we can reach to help teach science. Um, think about just the great summer destination of heading up to North Conway and taking the Cog Railway, checking out the museum up at the summit. It's just a really unique and special New Hampshire place. Dave, Marilee, and I would like to raise $200 a person. That would be great, but I understand that, you know, it takes a lot of people to get there. I'm not expecting one magic donor to come in with, there's your $200. No, because I can't do that either. If I'm donating to a friend's cause, I usually am one of the smaller donations, but I love to support them in what they do and everything they believe in. So yeah, that's my sales pitch about bears and weather and the Mount Washington Observatory and all of the good stuff I think they do. And I hope that you will find it good stuff as well. And make your way on over to our team or our individual pages. I will put the links down below, so you can find them. Thanks for watching my uncomfortable YouTube video with my ask for a pledge. Don't forget, July 20th, that's when it is. So I am putting this pledge out kind of late, but I like that last minute push. Deadlines are great. And even if it's not something that you can make a donation for, don't worry about it, because you know what, we're going to hike it anyway. We still think it's special. We still like being up there. And if you have to, think about all the talking bears. Think about all the talking bears looking for weather. Going up there scaring observers. But let's make sure that there's always an observer up there for them to scare. All right. Thanks.